Things are getting mighty serious in the NFC West for the Niners as they take on the Seahawks in Seattle. Thursday night football. What is that, Prime? Amazon Prime? Go to prime time. Okay, here are my thoughts on the game. But hey, here are actually just some Niners keys to victory. This is what the San Francisco 49ers must do to achieve victory in this next game. Let's go for it. Offensively, let's start with offense. Offensive, to me, it's extremely simple. And the reason it's so simple and elementary is because if you do this thing, the other thing almost invariably happens. What am I talking about? On offense, the San Francisco 49ers need to establish the running game and run the ball. The Niners need to run the football early and often. I've already explained in almost every other video why the running game is so important. It is the heal all. How about this? It's the ultimate fix all, but how about this? Okay, I take the running game, and so I used to coach flag football, right? I used to coach flag football. It was so early development, right? So you were teaching, so I'm teaching kids football. Okay, listen to me. I'm teaching kids for the first time football. And also, I'm coaching. There are two separate things, and this is what I know. And this is the tell-all because number one, I've heard a ex-professional football tell me this, Earthquake Bill Enyard, who played for the Raiders and Oregon State in college. And also, though, in teaching kids and in coaching, a lot of things that the kids can get frustrated with happens at the higher level. They're just better at doing it. But here's where I'm getting at. Number one, if you want to just win a flag football game, run the ball. You know why? Because it's there's zero risk of turnover. So at least in our flag football league, there were no fumbles. So if you just spammed the run, you couldn't turn the ball over. You could only lose it on downs, right? You could only go like a 3 and out. Here's the thing. If the Niners can just have a safe running game, and they even only get in the 3.7 yards per carry, they're way better than that even. But I'm just saying, even if we take the ultimate, this is why it works so well. This is the second reason. Number one is because very low risk for turnover when you run the ball nice and easy, okay? Very low risk for fumble. That means Jordan Mason fumbled last game. Christian McCaffrey fumbled in the Super Bowl. But I believe that there's a lower risk than there is of interceptions being thrown, okay? And also, this is the bigger thing. And this is so key, and this is why I know Kyle Shanahan. I just don't think that he ever taught football. I think that he coaches. I don't think they taught, because if you want to make almost any kid cry, have them be on defense and not be able to find the ball. There you go. That's the key. The Niners, by establishing the running game, can then create confusion on play actions and on misdirection type plays. Now, will the Seattle defenders break down and cry like friggin' Braden, Caden, and every friggin' kid that I'm from not being able to diagnose? No. But the Niners aren't looking for the Seattle Seahawks defenders to break down and cry like little kids. What they're looking for is just that slight misstep because they weren't able to diagnose where the ball was. And that's it. That's the key. to have small missteps. One more time. I'll say the running game. There is an elementary and invariable way that the running game helps the passing game. And it is through the time that it takes to diagnose where the ball is and the play. That's what it is. I just gave away a huge friggin' secret to like the 30 people who are watching. No, I'm just kidding. But look, that's what it is. The reason you spam the run game is because then when you take away the ball, when you hide the ball, when the quarterback is hiding it, like Peyton Manning was so good with those play actions, right? Hiding the ball. Those split seconds to where the defenders, every defender doesn't know where the ball is, there will be missteps. And in those small missteps, that's where you get them. So, how about this? So even conservatively, this is what I can say, okay? Watch this, okay? Say the Niners, I'm trying to freestyle this real quick. Okay, say the Niners pass, they run the ball once for 3 yards, and then they pass it once, incomplete, pass it a second time, 5 yards. Then you've gotten 8 yards, and you just went 3 and out. Watch this. If the Niners run twice, even for 3 yards. So listen to me. You're not getting it. Are we getting it now? Okay. I'm telling you that even if they run it, I'm saying that the first one, they run it for 3 yards, incomplete pass, complete pass for 5 yards. Those are 2 positive plays. Like, watch this. If you run it twice for 3 yards, so that's only 1.5 per carry, right? That pass off of the misdirection or the pass that it will get you 12 or 15, or it'll get you 7 and 5 yards after the catch. But what it does is it leaves the misdirection and the indecision with the defenders because they cannot diagnose the play, is where you get the yards after the catch, where you, instead of get 5 yards, get 12 yards. And that's where the Niners went wrong last game. They telegraphed everything. They said, hey, look, we're nobody in the backfield, shotgun. There's no possible way that we are going to run the ball. Therefore, the defense can only hone in on the passers, and you can't do that. Your margin of error isn't good. It's too much. Okay? And this is what when the defense doesn't have to worry about a running game, they can only focus on the pass, and your quarterback has to be literally laser precise, and also your wide receivers need to get open because they're not being helped by the friggin' misdirection of the play. So it's just like, instead of Kyle Shanahan being like, look, you're not going to know where the ball is. Like it's going to be 3 seconds before you can diagnose the play. I'm going to fake it. I'm going to fake it to Mason. I'm going to do a fake end around to friggin' Deebo, and then I'm going to throw it down to Kittle. By the time the throw's in the air, you're not even going to know who has the ball. Instead of that indecision, does Deebo have the ball? Does Jordan Mason have the ball? Instead of that indecision, literally Kyle Shanahan is saying, I don't care. I'm passing it. And there's not going to be any threat of a run. And so they're the receivers. They're the guys. One of them will for sure get the ball. Everything's in front of you. Stop me. And they stopped him multiple times. Also, we have to understand this on offense. Hey, I think the Brock Purdy scramble plays are cool and stuff like that too. But this is the truth. And this is the truth. And this is what separates Super Bowl winners from Super Bowl losers. And Tom Brady put it so well. Tom Brady pretty much said, like, I don't do all that scramble stuff like how Brock Purdy does. But hey, it's cool. I believe, and this is absolute, this is a fact, because I think NBC or something like that did a little study on it, that Brock Purdy scrambles, the results of him scrambling for 30 yards and then throwing it for like 5, the net isn't worth it. The net yardage gained from all of his broken plays and scrambling around in the backfield, they're not worth it. They're not functional. So listen to this. If every time, instead of Brock Purdy scrambling or looking for the wide open, if every time he just checked down to Mason and Kittle, that's how you win championships. I'll give you an example. Joe Montana checked down religiously to Roger Craig. Religiously, Joe Montana checked down to Roger Craig, right? Right? Niners fans, because you're supposed to be along with me, Niners fans, faithful to the Bears. Okay, you want another example? Okay, I'll give you another one. Steve Young. Steve Young checked down to Ricky Waters all the time. Steve Young was quoted as saying that a quarterback's best friend is his tight end, his check down magnet. Look, if the Niners don't want to have that prosperity, that's fine, but they'll continue losing Super Bowls. I'll continue to critique. If they want to take the prosperity of a check down, getting positive yardage, being efficient, they'll go to another Super Bowl and win. Absolutely. Even the squad. Absolutely. It's the smart way to play. I mean, look, I'm not asking for Brock Purdy to be like Lamar Jackson. I'm like asking him to check down, elementary check downs. But it's fine. Let your players make plays, put them in good position to do it. It's no problem at all. I love Brock Purdy. He can dime it and stuff like that. Doesn't need to. Why? Not asking him to do that. Why don't you just run it a couple times and then scheme open a wide receiver, right? Not just have Brock Purdy force it and need perfect passes. It doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. So yeah, offense, easy fix. Run the ball, use the threat of the run for easy yards after catch passing plays. It's actually that simple. Defense is where things could get tricky. So this is what the Niners need to do on defense. Stop the run. But man, big Kenneth Walker averaging 5.5 yards per carry. And we know that Seattle will commit to the running game. Okay, so that's the Niners first always are going to have to stop the run. That's how most teams start out anyways. You sort of should anyways, but they're going to have to do it early and often because Seattle have weapons at skill positions, right? Noah Fant, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. We got Tyler Lockett. They have weapons. Geno Smith, good news for the Niners defense. Geno Smith will turn the ball over and can, right? 4 interceptions on the year. So it's averaging like 1 per game if you slot that out, right? So the Niners can force turnovers, but the Seahawks can make big plays. The way that the Niners can mitigate those big plays are by just stuffing that run game. Stuffing the run game, forcing third and longer situations, will prevent Geno Smith just spamming Tyler Lockett in space for first downs, right? Because that's what he's going to do. Or just get Noah Fant running away from a linebacker that isn't Fred Warner for success, right? And so the Niners can't put themselves in the position to defend multiple third and shorts. They're not going to win in that game. This will be interesting as well because this is what I think that the Seahawks are going to do. I think that the Seahawks are going to. So in those 3 wide receiver sets, the Seahawks will have Lockett, Smith and Jigba, and DK Metcalf, right? Mooney Ward hasn't been playing well this season. Demoez Lenore, he's played pretty well. He's played well. Niners safeties haven't played particularly well either, right? And Isaac Yiadom scares the living crud out of me because he makes an occasional good play, but he gets lost in space a lot. So this is what I think is going to happen. I think that the Seahawks are going to try to exploit whoever Isaac Yiadom is guarding. I think that whoever it is, I think that they're going to try to get those those 1v1 matchups, and this is what the Niners have to mitigate. I believe that the Seahawks will take deep shots. What will the Niners do? How will the Niners react to those deep balls? Look, if the Niners get beat for 1 or 2 deep balls for 30 yards, okay, that's fine. And I keep on saying this, but they can't get beat for 4 to 5, and it can't be for 70 yards and a touchdown. The Niners need to mitigate big plays by opposing teams, and the scary thing about the Seahawks are that they're able to get big plays with playmaking receivers down the field And also, they're able to get penalties. 50-50s downfield with DK Metcalf scare me every time, and they should with you as well, because they should give you caution, not scare you, right? But they should give us trepidation as Niners fans, because that's a big dude down the field, and any contact, you never know. And especially with the 12th man up in Seattle, that's a tough gig. And the Niners have given themselves no leeway. This isn't a must-win, but you got to start to play good football when push comes to shove. And the Niners haven't played good football this season. So how will the Niners defense react to those shots? Lock it down the field. DK down the field. I think that and their ability to control the run, the Niners' ability to then establish the run on their end, and the ability to defend those shots are really going to be the keys to this game. I hope it's not close. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be interesting because the Niners have a new kicker. You never know with a kicker whatsoever. Like, you just never know. Dude could be amazing. The dude could be like Wade Ritchie or Jose Cortez or whatever. Yeah, I know. I'm a Niners fan, dude. I understand. Or who's the other one? Kofor? Missed those field goals like in the playoffs like in the late 80s, early 90s. Oh my gosh. I want to know please, in the comments, what's your score prediction? Any score prediction that's closer than mine gets a shout out in the next video. And also, if I ever do a raffle or anything like that, which I plan on doing someday, hey, because I want to give back to the community, right? You will be entered in that. So what are your score predictions? Hey, are you wondering mine? Me too. No. My score prediction for tomorrow's game, or for the game on Thursday. Who knows when this will come out. Hey, my prediction, Niners 21, Seahawks 20. I give the Niners 1 point advantage just for the benefit of the doubt because they're the more talented team. But honestly, from here on out, who really knows? Because this year's Niners team have not solidified themselves. Hey, it's going to be a good one tomorrow. We love those NFC West matchups, especially primetime national TV. We can dig that. I believe they're wearing their all-white retros tomorrow. I can dig it. He can dig it. We can dig it. She can dig it. They can dig it. Hey, we're having a good time at C-Train Station. See you next time. Go Niners. Good luck.